Last 1.5 years, number of Supreme Court judgments have given rise to number of inferred fundamental rights, primarily under Article 21, that is right to life. The most recent is fundamental right to menstrual health and hygiene, declared a fundamental right under Article 21, as well as Supreme Court said that right to menstrual health and hygiene also relates to right to education, which is a fundamental right under Article 21A. Thus, Supreme Court has directed that all the states of India, whether government, aided or private, they will provide free biodegradable sanitary pads to all the school-going girls from class 6 to class 12, that too free of cost. Other than this, Article 21 is also including now right to have access to maternity leave, which is declared a fundamental right by Supreme Court of India in Uma Devi versus Tamil Nadu government case. Right to have inclusive access to digital services is also a fundamental right, primarily under Article 21, though it also relates to freedom of speech and expression under Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause A, as well as your right to equality under Article 14. Right to have unobstructed access to footpath and making footpath disabled friendly is also a fundamental right now under Article 21, which is right to life, as well as your right to movement under Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause D. Right to safe road, a fundamental right under Article 21. Supreme Court has also declared that right to parenthood as well as right to reproductive autonomy. For example, when you want to have abortion, when you don't want to have abortion, is your fundamental right, primarily under Article 21. Supreme Court has also declared that freedom from the negative impact of climate change is also a fundamental right under Article 21. Right to shelter and right to housing is a fundamental right under Article 21. Right to peace, a fundamental right under Article 21, and right to silence is also fundamental right under Article 21, as well as under Article 20, Clause 3, where no authority can push you or compel you to say something or give any evidence which can go against yourself. Right to know the ground of your arrest under any crime, under any law, is a fundamental right under Article 21, as well as under Article 22, Clause 1. Right to have access to justice is also a fundamental right under Article 21. Mind you, it's not a fundamental right under Article 32. Right to have access to justice is a fundamental right under Article 21. Supreme Court has also repeated that right to have name and surname and right to change name and surname is a fundamental right under Article 21, under Article 14, as well as 19, Clause 1, Subclause A. Right to shelter and housing is also a fundamental right under Article 21.